If you have been struggling with your views on TikTok, if you feel like your TikTok views have growth have completely plateaued, if you feel like you're watching and every single video is getting less and less views and you're starting to get stressed out, which is creating a dangerous cycle of making worse and worse content, this video is for you. I'm going to be sharing 11 tips for when your TikTok views are low, or even worse, when they completely plateau and growth completely stops. Now, I'm gonna be super transparent behind the scenes. This is something that I just recently went through, and I had to go back to my drawing board and say, wait a second, what was it that helped me to grow to where we've been up until this point? And what do we need to do more of in order to break through this plateau? So if this video is for you, comment yes below. I wanna see who is in need of this tutorial today. Okay, so the first thing that I want to share before we dive into the 11 tips is this is a big thing. You've got to stop making it all about views and followers. I can literally look at me as I say this. The closer I got to 1 million followers, it's almost like the closer yet further away I was, which is kind of weird actually. There's something interesting about the more that you desperately want something, the more it seems to elude you. Instead of just being and creating and showing up, you kind of change the relationship with things when you start making it all about the metrics. And you can ask me how I know, because I just went through this, in case anyone says thank you for being honest about that relatable experience. Let's dive on into 11 tips. So number 1, stitch or duet already viral videos. This is a big one that completely jumpstarts things, but the key is it has to be already viral. People will say, Rachel, I already stitched videos, I duetted videos that didn't do anything for my views. No, the key is it already has to be going viral, because here's what happens. We see a viral video and we think, oh, everyone's already seen this. But the truth is not everybody has seen it. So by stitching it or duetting it, you're bringing it to a new audience. And especially if you add new context to it or your viewpoint on that viral video, it's going to drastically improve your views, your engagement, and your followers. Drop a yes if number 1 was what you needed, because that one is a game changer that helps you to get out of any rut. Number 2, create content that delivers more value. Now here's the thing. We have to ask ourselves, is this content actionable? Because when we're delivering value, oftentimes things can be really fluffy. For example, if all I were to say to you was to be consistent, give value, you'd be like, awesome. I could find that on anyone else's YouTube. I could find that on any other group, etc. But actionable steps are going to help people to say, wow, this account is actually really valuable. So examples of this could be, here are 3 steps that will support you. Here's the step-by-step tutorial. Here are 5 instantly implementable steps. Instantly implementable steps. Yes, there we go. So you have to ask yourself continually, is this something that basically is the equivalent of like, yay, just go do it and don't suck? Or is this something that gives people a couple of steps that they can actually take action on, just like I have? If number 2 is what you needed to hear, drop a 2 below, drop that deuce. Number 3, sorry, I have the humor of a 12-year-old boy. Number 3, comment on things from the For You page for 20 minutes with thoughtful comments. I personally like to multitask when I do this, and this is a great way to kind of almost remind myself, hey Rachel, this whole creating content experience is not for you, this is for others. What's amazing is I'll literally go and walk on my treadmill. Actually, I usually do this for 60 minutes. I'll walk on my treadmill and just sit and leave thoughtful comments on the videos I see on my For You page. Just do it over and over again, but it has to be more than just like, way to go, awesome job, 100, you're so great. Instead, note something about the video that you can comment on that shows that you actually took the time to care. Hint, hint, this is not an opportunity for mean girls where you go like, I love your bracelet, where did you get it? Instead, it's more like, oh my gosh, I saw that picture in your background on at Target. Is that where you got it? Ask questions, engage in a serious way. Drop a 3 if this is the strategy or tip that you needed, okay? We're gonna keep on going because we have 11 tips for when your TikTok views are low or when your TikTok views plateau. Number 4, go live for a while if you can. I recommend pushing yourself and going for an hour, whether or not people show up. It doesn't matter if you have 2 people in a live, 20 people in a live, or 2,000. There's something about being live that allows people to see who you really are, the behind the scenes, and they get to connect with you in a new way. But something else that's really powerful is TikTok, and truth be told, every single platform, they like to reward the people who are active on platforms. And going live is one of the ways that you can show, hey, listen, I'm going live, I'm using this platform. So go live for a while if you can. I recommend an hour and connect with the people that are showing up, unless of course you are multitasking, which is usually what I do, okay? Drop a 4 if that was the tip that you needed. Number 5, do this one especially as long as you can. Respond to your early squad. This means respond to the first couple people that comment on your videos. You won't be able to do this always and forever. In fact, there's a time where your videos are going to reach enough people that you're going to be like, I actually don't want to see the comments because, oh my gosh, people are mean. So respond to your early squad while you can. I recommend responding to the first 1 to 5 people who comment in the first couple minutes. But if you're really focused on growth, like really develop a relationship with that early squad. They are amazing, cool people who can oftentimes become your loyal fans, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Drop a 5 if that is the tip that you needed. Number 6, push out content that resonates with your followers. It's not just about you. This is big. So sometimes I see people who are big creators that start only showing off, look at how cool my life is, look at how awesome my outfit is, look at how amazing this is, and it's all about them. And that's great and all, but at some point the audience says, hey, did you forget about us? Hello? Like, we're here too. We're a part of this experience. They get kind of frustrated. So you have to ask yourself, is this relating to my audience and not just me? Because one of the best things that you can do is understand who it is that you want to follow you. Okay, drop a 6 if that was the reminder that you needed. Number 7, try doing something different for a day. This is called a pattern interrupt. And sometimes, guess what? You and I both need them. I like to do things like suddenly pumping out 20 videos to create a total pattern interrupt, or taking a couple days off, or going live for 4 or 5 hours, or doing a dance that I wouldn't normally do. This is something I actually learned from Martha Stewart. She shared this when we both spoke at Traffic and Conversion. She said, one of the biggest things that you'll want to do is keep people surprised. Do things that they wouldn't expect from you. This can be a great way to kind of create a pattern interrupt and hit a reset. So as soon as people think that they know exactly who you are, surprise them. It's a really cool way to kind of just get some fresh perspective, some fresh eyeballs, and some fresh creativity out there. So drop a number 7 if this was the reminder that you needed. Number 8, up-level your background with a shower curtain, fabric, or just a freshly painted wall, and make sure that your lighting is decent. This does not mean you need a professionally built studio, and this also does not mean that you need professional lighting or filming equipment. But what this means instead is just make sure that your background isn't taking away from your videos. Now, if of course you your content is intentionally around being like a hot mess or someone who doesn't have it all together, feel free to showcase the mess a little bit. But oftentimes people will experience this like secondhand stress or secondhand chaos when you're pumping out content that shows messes in the background, because all they can think is, oh, I want to get in there and clean it. So I like to personally just every so often ask myself, how is this background performing for me? Is my lighting working? So ask yourself those questions, and you can do those things for either super cheap or super free. Drop an 8 in the comments if that was the tip that you needed today. Number 9, grab attention in the first 3 seconds. I highly recommend that everyone study copywriting. A great resource for this is Great Leads by Michael Masterson. 10 out of 10 recommend it. That book is currently way too overpriced, although it's worth every single penny. But really grabbing attention in the first 3 seconds, that includes Number one, that includes the hook. Number two, that includes the caption. That includes anything where there is copy. So I like to have the words in the first 3 seconds being an intentional hook combined with those same words or different words that provide another layer of context as the text on my screen.
If you're a TikTok creator who's extremely burnt out, this is for you.
Now, a great way to do this is to use an open loop, something that creates curiosity, an intentionally studied hook or lead, or even just a question. I personally call them hooks. Some people call them leads. Some people call them headlines. It actually depends on which advertising and marketing era you're from. Drop a 9 if you needed this reminder today and you're like, dang it, this is a sign that it's time for me to learn copywriting. Number 10, find your loyal fans, the people who always comment on your stuff, and once in a while head on over to their profile and go give them some love. It makes others feel special, but also it's really cool to reward loyal fans for being so awesome. They're honestly some of the coolest people I've ever met. Drop a 10 if you needed this reminder. And number 11, this is a big one. If these don't, I just choked almost on my cough drop. If these don't work for you, it's time to take a break. You might be experiencing creator burnout. 10 out of 10, I recommend reading the book Seed of the Soul by Gary Zukav and learning about intention. It's time to take a break and completely reset. Oh, and by the way, you guys, quick question for you. If number 11 resonated for you, go ahead and drop the number 11 in the chat. But I'm super curious, which of these are you going to implement? Let me know in the comments below. And I put together an entire starter pack for TikTok. I will link to that in the bio beneath this video or in the comments beneath this video. Check both places. I will catch you guys later. Bye for now.